workforce here. There's just so many positives to the Syracuse area, and your costs aren't brutally high. If we weren't in Syracuse, this business could not exist. I 100% believe that.
So we've had a chance in Faces Up to talk to some of the folks in the Syracuse music scene, and actually was surprised at what a music scene we actually have here.
Yeah.
Could you speak to maybe some of the folks that have come through the doors and some of the experiences you've had since you've been a purveyor of these fine instruments?
Yeah, for sure. We've had a hilarious mix of people. In Syracuse, a lot of people don't realize how much talent is here, as well as how many awesome collectors of instruments are here. There's some guys that'll walk in the shop that you think that literally you'll think that they're homeless or something, and then turns out they have a 100 guitar collection of incredibly rare special things that live in Syracuse.
Wow.
Some of our biggest customers are here in Syracuse. With our local scene, it's a great community. There's not a lot of aggressive competition or anything like that. And it's funny because you'll hear people from this area transition. They'll move to Nashville, they'll move to even Rochester, different areas around, and they'll end up coming back and being like, man, Syracuse is awesome. You go to these other places and they might have a bigger scene per se, but it doesn't have the same love and kindness that the Syracuse scene does. And I think that's really super, super cool. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. It's kind of how Syracuse is in general.
Well, you just set up the next question I had is you could sell these, a big part of your business, as you mentioned, is online, really, in appointments, and it's a niche industry, and Syracuse probably wouldn't be where the typical person would throw a dart and choose to do this, but you chose to make Syracuse your home. This is now, I think, your third location you've had in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Just talk about, again, why Syracuse, what Syracuse means to you personally.
Yeah, well, so interestingly, when I first opened the shop in Armory, a lot of people said, why are you opening in New York? Why don't you move to wherever, I'm saying, even Rochester, Buffalo, whatever. Everyone said, why don't you go to LA? All this different stuff, why don't you open there? And the thing is it's, twofold. Is on a personal side of things, I like it here. It's not that bad. The driving roads are great. The summertime's awesome. The winter's kind of so-so, but get a snowmobile or something and you have fun. But my family's here. This is where I grew up. It's a great area. On a business side of things, sure, you can go to New York, sure, you can go to LA, but now you're paying 6, 8, 10 times the rent for a lot of times spaces that aren't as good of quality, and then you still ship 60 or 70% of your instruments online. And no matter really what the business model is, if you sell guitars these days, if you want to do any kind of volume, you need to sell them online. And if you're selling online, then you're not selling as many in store. So the location, I think, physically, is almost less important, I guess you could say, geographically, in which case Syracuse is the perfect place to do it, right? We're in the Northeast, where most of the population is in the country. Mm-hmm. It's property here is reasonably priced. There's a good workforce here. There's just so many positives to the Syracuse area, and your costs aren't brutally high. If we weren't in Syracuse, this business could not exist. I 100% believe that.